I'm Chris Jack. I haven't spoken in public for a while, so I'm a bit nervous, so it'd be nice. I had a few thoughts about Perl jobs. They're slightly random, and they're based on my experience, so don't take this as like absolute truth. The first bit is on echo chambers, and this feeling that I've been working as a contractor for about 2/3 of my career with Perl, and it's not the same as being a permanent person. So if you think about Joel on software, Joel Bernstein, who divided the software industry up into basically two sorts of companies, software houses and in-house development. So a software house produces software for a large number of users, and in-house development do it for a small number of users. There are some major differences. One of the ones which has always struck me is that in-house development doesn't, in the companies that I've worked, do unit testing. And you might ask, well, why don't you go in there and add unit testing in? And I think the answer is I would get fired if I did, because you're going to a site which has like 500,000 lines of Perl code of variable quality, and you would take 3 to 4 years of your own time to actually put unit testing in. And the bigger question is whether it actually has a cost-benefit analysis benefit to the whole thing. And I don't think it does. So I had a question about demographics of the computer industry and why we aren't seeing massive rate diminution because of outsourcing to places like India. One of the things that struck me is that first degrees in computer science are about 1980, so we haven't reached full a period where everyone in the industry who's before retirement age has a degree. By about 2035, you would.
2025.
Sorry?
2025. I'd say that.
2025.
I know when I retire.
But at the same time, you've had this change where in the year 2000 it was still possible to finish a job on a Friday and start a new one on a Monday, and now I'm finding that even if I get an offer, it takes 2 to 4 weeks before I can actually start because of like background checks. So let's have a look at some graphs about how this stuff is happening. So this is looking, the first graph is looking at 3 major outsourcing companies in India, and back in 2007, you know, they're growing at about 40%, and they're still growing about 10%. And now you've also got the ratio of junior people. So here you've got like 30% had less than 1 year's experience, and now it's down to 10%. A number of people with more than 5 years' experience has gone up to over 50%. So why isn't this leading to a major crash in rates in London? And one reason may be that according to Aspiring Minds, which is a New Delhi employment solutions company, it's a bit difficult to get all the information I wanted out of Google, but you get engineering graduates easily reported on Google, and according to Aspiring Minds, of the 150,000 engineering graduates in 2013, only about 3% were employable in software or product market. So if you take that slightly dodgy 4,500 number for a moment, and you look at UK graduates, we've got 27,000 here, and it's been growing. So that's much bigger than 4,500. Of those, computer science graduates have the highest unemployment ratio of any of the disciplines, but computer science graduates get paid far more, so you're trading a higher likelihood of not getting a job for a potentially larger amount of money. Now, you can't read any of that. What this first slide is showing you is taking it back to the Perl market. So 2015, you've got 1.71% of jobs advertised were for Perl, and then 2016 it's 1.85, and then there's been a drop off in first half of 2016, but at the same time, 425 pounds, so the rates are still going up. For permanent jobs, it's been going down slightly, so 2.39. You shouldn't take this as a metaphor for the total number of jobs. This is the number of advertised jobs, which is a poor indication, total number of jobs. But again, salary rises have been going up. Random other data. Females in computer science. With all the talk about it, you would hope that little green line is the UK, and you can see that it's been going down. So despite a lot of talk about women in computing, still less people are graduating. But what's interesting is if you compare the US to India, that final number is about 35%. So it is possible for women to get a higher representation in computer science. So there's still a question about why in Western society we're not managing to do it.